I'm Desiree.
And I'm Jordan. And this is Captain Oso, the little dude.
7 years ago, we bought a super neglected, really small sailboat that we called Atticus with the dream of seeing the world.
We, for better or worse, own this boat now.
Over the next 7 years, we spent a lot of time fixing up Atticus, but we also did boat work for money in Mexico, traded lobster for rum in Cuba, dodged pirates off of Nicaragua, and lived off-grid in Panama during the pandemic.
It's better than I thought it would be, you know?
Through it all, we made a ton of mistakes and faced a lot of fear, doubt, and insecurity. It's okay, buddy. But we also learned that if we rely on each other and just don't give up, that we can accomplish more than we ever imagined.
Recently, we upgraded to our dream sailboat, Atticus 2, and are now exploring the coast of Maine.
Last week, we were joined by my nephew Elijah, aka Ja, aka White Chocolate, who jumped on board at Director Robin Hood Marina, and we sailed to Vinyl Haven Island in Penobscot Bay, where we joined an impromptu Pacific Seacraft meetup.
All right, well, we are hanging out on another Pacific Seacraft 40 Abner E with Mike and Ivy, and they're showing us their full enclosure here, which is something that we don't have on Atticus, but it would be really nice.
But yeah, so you guys get a lot of use out of this full enclosure then?
Well, the going down in the fall can be quite chilly.
Yeah.
We have not actually sat in the cockpit until we got to Vero Beach, which is in Florida one year. Mm-hmm. And it was in the teens in Jacksonville.
Whoa.
It's really cold and the wind comes out of the north. If you're not protected to the stern, the helmsperson is really getting it.
And I like how you were saying when you're in the tropics, you cover that up with canvas, and,
Yes.
and this is all shade.
Yes.
We cover both the connector and the Dodger.
The ability on a Pacific Seacraft 40 to sit in the cockpit and just have this beautiful view, whether it's hot, whether it's cold,
Right.
whether it's whatever.
Well, it's like your second living room.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we are now on SV Merlin with Ed and Tina, and I'm in love with their galley. Mostly because they've got this access panel for their refrigerator. So on our boat, if I want to get anything down below there, I've got to go diving. Whereas this is super insulated and heavy duty, and you can just have a lot more access to this stuff down here. And then we've got the extra cabinet space up here, which is amazing because right now we keep our plates and dishes in this compartment, which is very small and awkwardly shaped.
Yeah.
And they've also got dual compressors, so they've got refrigerator on this side, and this whole side is their freezer.
So I really like that for redundancy too, because for us, we only have one fridge compressor. If that stops working, we're screwed, you know? I mean, we're not screwed, we're just not eating as well for a while.
One thing that Tina was saying that she does is she puts all of her meats in different color-coded bags. That way you can kind of see what everything is from the top, and you don't have to go diving as much.
And so their companionway is pretty much laid out the same as ours, but they've utilized this space really well. They've got a removable panel that you can pull, and then you've got a dual Raycor filter set up, and then another Raycor for polishing the fuel. This space under the bridge deck is just ideal, and it's so easily located where if you were having a problem, you could just run down here, pop it open, and turn the valve. I love that idea. All right, well, it is a nice and foggy day today. For a little bit, it actually looked like it might be too foggy for us to continue on our sail, but it's starting to lift a little bit, and so it's obvious that we'd be able to see enough to navigate safely. And we're gonna be heading over to a series of islands. Well, one island is called Dick's Island. So we're heading to Dick's Island. What do you think, Ja? You excited to go to Dick's? Mm-hmm. We're gonna be ready to rock soon, and yeah, excited to see a new place. All right, well, this is exactly why we checked the sea strainer. Got a bunch of the seaweed here at the top. Look at that. Get enough of that and you can block the raw water getting into the coolant system. I'm glad we found that. Ready to go on a trip? Ready to go? See a new place? Oh, in the mouth. Oh. Look out, my buddy. You gotta get out of here. It's a lot less labor intensive than Atticus 1.
Yeah.
The way that this like washdown system works is there's just a pump that pulls seawater out of the ocean and then pushes it through this spigot. Fog had cleared up a lot in the anchorage where we were, but coming out here it's still pretty dense in patches especially. So we got the radar running and yeah, we're just keeping an eye on everything. The fog's getting pretty thick, so keep your eyes peeled for lobster pots, but also boats. Like if you see anything, let me know so we have a sense of if there are boats around us and where they are. So the radar is picking up. We got a boat off on our kind of port bow. And then we got another boat over here. That was the boat we saw earlier. I think they're just a work boat. Dang, this is getting real thick.
Yeah.
Ugh, man, I hate this.
Yeah, my heart is beating pretty quickly. It's hard to explain how intense it is, you know? Like, I'm sure tomorrow over drinks we'll be talking with other cruisers about how crazy it is dodging all these buoys in the fog. You kind of forget the emotional experience you're going through when you're actually in it, because when you're in it, it's like you have this feeling that you could actually lose your boat out here.
So I see there's a blip on the radar that looks like a boat, and they're kind of close to us. So I'm just gonna do the foghorn and maybe like do it every minute or two until we're not close to them.
Cool. Just barely peeking out over there. Is there anything on our radar on our starboard side?
The island. Why?
I just thought I heard something, but it might be like the echo.
It could be waves crashing on the island.
Oh, it's right there. You can't see it at all.
All right, bud, looks like the fog lifted.
Yeah, I can see again.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's so stressful. It's just nothing happened. It's the like least eventful way to get really stressed out that I know of. You know what I mean? Because it still looks kind of foggy and patchy in certain areas, Dick's Island is sort of a tricky to navigate pass to get into the anchorage. And so we're instead going to head to Tenant's Harbor, which is a really easy to get into bay, and it's got a little like fishing village there, like a little town.
The real story is we were trying to debate between going to Dick's Island versus Tenant's Harbor. We read the cruising guide about Tenant's Harbor, and the words craft beer showed up, and Jordan was like, let's go there.
This plays on. Do you feel like we got something strong?
We're sailing.
Yeah.
Feels good.
And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise. That with you I feel alive.
Any lobster pots?
A lot of them. They're all over the place. Yeah, this is very active, engaging sailing. You know what I mean? Like 3 people just constantly watching everything. I would turn hard to starboard. There you go. That's a good course.
In a state of hope, I need you on my fire. How are you looking up?
Are we on the starboard side too?
Yeah, we look good.
For you, so much I can find my way. And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as
Neutral.
a surprise. That with you I feel alive. You will be the last one I think about.
Well, that was a really long day, but very rewarding. Hopefully we'll get some lobster tonight, and at the very least, I'm just glad we found a place to sleep tonight.
Tenants Harbor Marina, Tenants Harbor Boatyard, excuse me, this is Atticus.
Atticus, go ahead.
Hey, we found the ball and we're tied on, and just wanted to touch base and see what the process is for paying you guys for the night.
Roger that. Thanks for checking in. You can either do it in the office here. If you're on Dockwell, we can do it that way, or we can take a card over the office phone if you'd like.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can drop it into the mailbox then. And what is it for the night?
Just $30 for the night.
Roger that. Okay, and if you know what, if we don't make it over to the office tonight, which I hope we will, but if not, then we'll just do it on Docwa this evening.
Yep, not a problem. Let us know what works best.
How's that bilge pump working for you, Ja?
Really good. State of the art.
Atticus 1 we had so dialed in for everything we needed for offshore cruising. Whereas Atticus 2 we still have a long way to go to just get little things like a manual bilge pump for the dinghy. So cute.
Whoa. It's the lobster holding between
Nice and tight. It's all you, white chocolate.
that chocolate.
Get in there, white chocolate.
Yeah, you
Dog.
I got you, buddy.
Okay, so this is the steamers. And these are clams at the Happy Clam. These are very happy clams. I think what we do is we take it and then you
Dump it in the broth.
you rinse it. Oh, that's hot. That's very hot. Put it in the butter and you eat it, but you slide this dark bit out. That's really good.
Yeah?
That's really good, actually.
Yeah. All right. Wow, these are big. I don't know how I feel about this like long piece here.
Buddy, it's okay.
Looks like a.
But you don't eat that part.
Yeah. Looks like an elephant trunk or something.
Yeah, but you don't eat that part.
Okay. I guess it is a good handle. I gotta say that does not look appetizing.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. And then pull the black. No, you just pull the black bit off. It's like the outside of the tail comes off.
So I did it wrong.
Well, kinda, because all that's good meat under the black bit.
I don't really trust that.
Let the black bit slide off. I'm telling you.
It sounds so
That's what I did.
phallic. You can have my black bit.
So you take it out of the shell, you peel this off first, like
Oh.
this. And you can eat the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So many friends who go, oh, I'll never eat steamers because it's got that gross thing on the top. And I'm like, no, you take that off.
Yeah, I got it now. I totally get it. Thank you so much. So I eat this.
Yes, bud. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Now we're all embarrassed because the Mainers are getting mad at us.
Okay, I'm going in. I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah, you're gonna eat it. Don't focus on what it looked like. Focus on what it tastes like.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it looked.
Yeah.
It's really good.
All right, buddy. Looks like breakfast. What do we got here?
Yeah, just like a lot of protein. We have pulled pork, black beans, and eggs.
Bud, you whip up such good breakfast like quickly too. It's like, okay, bud, we need to get underway. Throw together breakfast. So how do you feel to be heading back to Robin Hood and closing the door on this little mini adventure?
Yeah, that was really, really cool. I'm so excited to get to spend the rest of the summer up here because it seems like Maine is just full of all these little pockets of places to go, and you don't really need a plan. So next time we could just say, okay, let's take a week off and just start heading north and like see what happens.
What about you, Ja? What did you think?
Yeah.
Sehr gut.
Yeah. And you said it was stressful.
Definitely the lobster pots. We had to kind of be vigilant the whole time.
Well, and the funny thing about that is we're not normally around lobster pots, so that isn't an issue normally. But for us to be very stressed out for one reason or another is not unusual at all.
Jordan gets frustrated with me sometimes because we'll meet people who haven't cruised before, and they're like, any advice for our first year? We're casting the lines. And every time I'm like, it is going to suck and be really stressful. It's going to be really hard. You're going to want to give up. But, like, it's normal. And Jordan's like, whoa, 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 whoa. But it's, like, really cool, and you get to see a lot of things, and you push yourself to your limit, so it's very rewarding. So, yeah, I just always forget the flip side. But I remember when we first started cruising, it was so hard for us, and I just felt really alone and kind of dumb for being so anxious all the time.
I think we just had the wrong concept of what was good about cruising. I thought it would be cool because it would just be this super fun thing. It would just be fun all the time. But in reality, it's more like challenge and reward. It's like, this is difficult, it sucks, you get through it, and it feels amazing.
Yeah.
And then you just continue that cycle over and over again. Anyway, well, that was a lot of thinking and philosophizing over breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you have anything deep you want to say, Ja? Wow. That was good.
It was pretty inspirational.
Mind blown. A friend once told me that there's two types of fun. Type A, which includes eating, drinking, singing, dancing, laughing. And then there's Type B fun, which includes running a marathon, climbing a mountain, weightlifting, free diving. Type A fun runs away from fear and hardship. Type B runs towards it.
We're on our port bow and our starboard bow. Starboard's closer. Yeah, I got you. I'm just gonna turn hard to port.
Sometimes sailing is Type A fun in a protected harbor with blue skies and loved ones, but a lot of the time it's Type B, where the hard part and the rewarding part are so tightly knit together that it's impossible to separate the two. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. Just wanted to give a big shout out to Sean and Eva. Zoli wanted to make sure that we said congratulations on your newest addition to your fleet. And I also wanted to give a huge thank you to everybody that contributed to our Project Atticus Amazon wish list. So first off, I want to give a huge thank you to Roy Pace. We've also got John Norden, A.K. Hyatt, Aaron Krebs, Aaron Willis, Alyssa and James King, Amy Lawson from Soapworks, Ann and Russell Fulmer, Armando Oliva in Miami, Osbin G. Pippin Jr., Bill Shea, Blake G., Brad Cullinan, Brent and Sylvia Madison in Hawaii, Brian and Kelly, Buddy Richardson, Shane Daggett, Chris Berry, Clinton Dobbs, Craig Zimmerman, David Hetherington, David Purvis, David Schmutzier, Don and Kim King, Douglas McElroy, Dung Hun, Dustin A. Perrell and his daughter Lillian, Dwayne Cairns, Eric and Jen Lawson, Erica Clark, Gregory Nielsen, James Ulmer, thanks James, Jason Morrison, thanks Jason, Jennifer Schwartz, Jeremy Sebring, Jesse Warford, also known as Papa J, Jim Bishop, Joe C. Werner, Joe Christie Ainsley and Colton Hayes, John Butler, Jonathan Perkey, Joseph Ornelius, Justin and Christina Hines, Kimberly Henderson, Lance Mayerchak, Liz and Dimps, Mark and Patty Forno. Hey, thanks guys. Michael Marathew, DVM, Miguel E. Corco, Nick Alft, Nick Barnett, Nick Nayad Hyderabad, Nola Davis, Peter Corrigan, Peter Romanenko, Richard A. Leland, Richard McCabe, Robert Millam, Ron Frelich, Rory Pender, Scott and Tracy Brown, Scott C. Wise, Sean and Amy from Aquaculture, Sean Walters, Sonia Chapat, Stephen Chase, Steve M. Sotnick, Stuart Mold, Sylvie Madison, Terry Williamson, Thayer Bigelow, Tim Pijot, Toby Hubble, Wendy Broadwater, Wesp family from MV Whitecap, and Zephyr the dog. Now this list doesn't include everybody that contributed to our wish list, so if you didn't hear or see your name, don't worry, we'll get to you next week. Your guys' contribution has helped us an immense amount, so we just want to really say thank you. And otherwise, we will catch you guys next week.